All right, what's going on, guys? We are back with another Gekishin Squadra video, and today we got a developer's letter actually earlier on today. I haven't been around much today, so I didn't get a chance to kind of go through this, but I'm hearing a lot of things about Goku getting nerfed, and I feel like that's such a significant thing because Goku's a crazy character right now. Even with the release of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the original Goku still is far beyond from what I've everything I've seen. People are just like, nah, dude, the original Goku's better. So he's gonna get nerfed. Let's look at some of these notes here. Let's kind of see exactly what's going on. And I do like that they're putting these out, right? The developer letters, it makes me feel like that they are actually listening to the players. As you know, we are going through this game. The game is still very, very new. So it's very smart for them to take the feedback from the players and to be able to kind of build off the game from here. But let's dive in. Let's see what they're kind of talking about. Now, developer letter number 2, thank you very much for your continued support of Squadra. We hope you're all enjoying Season 1 so far. So far, it's been pretty good. I don't think a lot of people are very happy with the way that they're doing the character releases. You know, that kind of got announced, and how they're you're not able to use the new character when they first drop. You have to actually purchase them in order to use them right away. But I think that that's actually going to change here in the future as well. So let's go ahead and keep reading through this. In this developer's letter, we'd like to share some of the upcoming improvements and plans we are preparing based on your feedback. So again, they are listening. So guys, if you have any gripes about this game, or there's little things you want to try to fix, or it just the way they either run stuff, or the way that they release things, or the balancing of the game, give them your feedback, because they're obviously listening. All right, let's see. So upcoming adjustments to heroes and emotes. So trial heroes. While it cannot be implemented immediately, we plan to expand the number of trial heroes to 6. I can't freaking read right now. This is insane. So I think right now it's only 2 trial heroes at a time, if I remember right. It doesn't show me because I have everybody unlocked. But I think there's only 2 trial heroes you can use. It's either 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure it's 2. But moving this to 6 is going to be huge, right? Especially as the character roster starts to expand. Being able to let people try more characters for free before they decide, hey, I want to spend, my points to do this, or I want to spend my money to pick this character up, or whatever. This is such a good move and such a smart move. And even it mentions here, heroes from tier 1 will also be added to the trial lineup for all to enjoy during the week. So as we know, every week they kind of reload the trial heroes. So it sounds like, tier 1 is basically what? Cell, Android 18, and Hit. So I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku falls into tier 1 as well, if I'm not mistaken. So this could be a way for them to you might not be able to use, say, Gotenks when he comes out. You may not be able to use him immediately as a trial character, but maybe a few weeks later they'll make him available, right? So it kind of gives a little bit of time for those people that want to buy the character, trying to it's not a gacha game by any means, but they do still want to try to make some sort of profit off of you and off of it. So they will probably wait and see, okay, who's going to buy the character first? Okay, we got X amount of people to do this. It's starting to slow down. Boom, throw them out there for free. Let people try them for a week, and then we'll probably get more people to want to actually buy him and unlock him, right? So I could see that being kind of the reason to do this. But it's very smart. It's a good move. It allows people to try out some of these characters that you otherwise wouldn't, unless you get a really high star rank, because some of those characters take a long time to unlock, right? And if you're not constantly grinding this game and you're kind of just casually playing a game here or there, it's going to take you a very long time to get some of those characters. So this is very good. Upgrading the amount of trial characters, and then also upgrading the types of characters that you can actually use is huge. Now here is the big stuff. So hero balancing adjustments. Originally planned to make balancing adjustments on a seasonal basis, which is what they talked about in their video. However, in response to requests, as well as observing the meta, you see they're listening and they're watching. We will be increasing the frequency of balance adjustments within the season. While these mid-season adjustments will be smaller in scale than those made at the season launch, our goal is to ensure that all heroes can shine on the battlefield. Detailed numbers will be shared later, but here is a summary of what's currently planned. Okay, so this is a good thing, right? It makes the game ever evolving and ever adapting to the way that players are learning how to play the game and learning how the meta shifts in different directions based off of like who's using what unit, what kind of skills and what kind of tactics people are learning. This is very, very good. And I think this is smart, right? Not waiting, you know, a couple months to do a balance adjustment and being like, hey, we need to make this change now. And I think a lot of people were screaming about this guy here, right? Super Saiyan Goku needing to be balanced a little bit more because he's even better. He's like better than the Super Saiyan 3, the new character that came out. So let's see what they're doing here. So Super Saiyan Goku. So increased cooldown for meter hammer. Okay, so I think he's got a pretty quick cooldown. I don't remember all the numbers off the top of my head, but I know that this is a very strong attack and it does cool down very quick. So they are increasing that. Extended duration for Kaioken. Okay, that's pretty good. Reduce the buff values for Kaioken's attack power and movement speed. Okay, so he's not going to be as crazy with the Kaioken, but they are extending the time of the Kaioken. Shorten the additional input duration for Meteor Hammer and Kamehameha. Okay. Overall adjustments focus on rebalancing Meteor Hammer, which had become stronger than intended while maintaining Goku's general power. Okay, so there it is right there. So they didn't expect this like move to be as strong as it really is. And they're finally like taking notice of it and saying, oh yeah, dude, we gotta cut that, man. we gotta cut that boy down. So big adjustment here. Main stuff is basically to the Meteor Hammer, a little bit to the Kaioken here as well. But yeah, so we'll see these balance adjustments for Goku. I don't know when these get implemented. I assume whenever like the next like update is. I'm still trying to learn like the timelines about how often this stuff gets updated and what's going on when. But we'll see. So this is the changes coming to Goku. It looks like Majin Buu is also getting some adjustments. So increased base HP, increased damage dealt by Strangle Gum, increased range of the Healing Ray, and Majin Buu has been having trouble in general and it has received an overall buff. Yes, this is actually hilarious to me because it's very true. I personally haven't really played Majin Buu except maybe like once. But like the memes going around about Majin Buu and how terrible he is and how much people hate using him is actually insane, because you would think Majin Buu would be a crazy character, and apparently he just sucks. He just outright sucks. So they've even taken notice of this, saying he's having trouble in general. He just has an overall buff, which is, dude, it's so funny that they even like acknowledge that. But yeah, so Majin Buu's getting a big buff. We're getting some debuffs here for Goku, some nerfs for Goku, which is good. Yeah, overall, very good balance. I like that they do this. I like that they're going to continue to do this, and I like that they're going to do it more often than just seasonally. Every couple months, they're going to actually do it, you know, maybe every like few weeks, or, you know, every like 2-3 weeks or a month or whatever it is. Whatever they plan to, it's very good to keep it on the fly, developing the game and updating the game as the players get more and more into it, right? Okay, so let's see, some new emotes to make customizing your favorite heroes even easier, starting from the release of Super Saiyan Go Tanks, which I think is in like a few days. Each new hero will be accompanied by their corresponding emotes on the same day. In addition, newly added rare and epic emotes will also be featured within the capsules in upcoming updates. As mentioned in the recently released Squadra Talk Season 1, we initially planned weekly updates to include fresh shop refreshes. However, please note that the update schedule will be adjusted in accordance with the new hero and emotes release structure. Okay, so this is cool, right? Because for like, let's take Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He didn't really have any like cool special emotes, and then they like kind of over the weeks have been funneling in some of his like epic and legendary like emotes and stuff, and it's just dumb that it wasn't available right away when he dropped. And I think that's what they're talking about here, is that when Gotenks drops, all of his possible emotes that he can get are going to be available for summoning, right? And again, this is not a gacha game, but the emotes and the skins and stuff like that are a gacha feature of the game. The overall game is not a gacha game. It's a completely free to play. The cosmetics, the emotes, all that stuff has no effect on how you play or how well your character does or anything of that nature. It's just how much you play the game. That's really it. But yeah, so this is very cool. They're doing this. So a lot of people I know like to summon for the emotes. A lot of people like to summon for the new skins and everything like that. I do like summoning for the emotes. I think they're very cool. I try not to go too crazy and summon it for some of those. But they are very cool. They're very fun, right? They add a layer of fun and depth to each character, which is very cool. So very cool they're doing that here. Now let's see, the rest of this here is some bug fixes and stability updates. We sincerely apologize for the errors that occurred during matchmaking and battles. After the recent maintenance, we've confirmed the majority of the issues have been resolved. If you continue to experience any problems, please contact us via social media, Discord, or support channels to provide us with more details. We deeply apologize for the inconvenience and appreciate your patience. Yeah, there have been a lot of bugs, a lot of dropped matches, people getting kicked out, and then my biggest one is we in the middle of a match, you get kicked out, and then it won't let you back in for like 15 minutes because it has to wait for the match to end, which is insane. So I think a lot of these are being fixed. I don't know if everything, it says a majority of the issues have been resolved, so not all issues, but I mean, fixing all issues in a game like this is going to be very hard. There's going to be bugs. There's going to be matchmaking things because you're dealing with a big cross-platform style game, and there's always going to be some kind of issue. But thankfully, they are actually in here working on it to update it, to fix it as we are playing, as we're going along. So very, very cool of them to do this. Very awesome, very smart. And then let's see, in closing, we're still in the middle of season 1, but we already have many adjustments and updates planned for the future. We'll share these details in advance as soon as they're confirmed, so please stay tuned for further updates. As always, thank you for your passion and continued support for Squadra. If you have any thoughts or feedback, please don't hesitate to share with us. Your voices help us make the game even better. Dragon Ball, Gekishin Squadra, Development and Management Team. Yeah, so all in all, closing this out to say that they hope that, you guys are having fun with the game. Continue to give your feedback. Guys, seriously, like I said up here, they are listening. They are listening to your feedback, and they are making the changes as we go. So it's very, very important that if you have any issues or any sort of problems or suggestions or changes or fixes, whatever, throw them their way, and this stuff is getting looked at, and it will make a difference and it will change the game, which is great. So love to see it, love to hear it. I love the communication that these guys are giving to us, and love that they're actually working with the players. And I think that's the cool thing about the Squadra Creators program, is it gives the players a direct line to the development team, and it really helps out. So make your voices heard, and hopefully you guys continue to enjoy the game, because the game's very, very fun. All right, I think that's gonna do it for the video today. I just kind of want to go over this stuff real quick and figure out what all we had going on. So you guys stuck around to the end of this video. I appreciate you, and thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of the developer letter number 2, what you guys think of the trial heroes getting their adjustments here, some of the nerfs and buffs we are getting for some of these heroes, and some of the, just overall, what are some things you want to see changed still? Let me know. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!